Right then guys, how's it going and welcome back to your football predictions, the series where you guys go up against me every week to see who can get the most correct scores from the weekend's Premier League football. Last week those were my predictions. I actually did alright for a change. I got the Southampton-Bournemouth score wrong. Bournemouth actually won that one 3-1, but I was spot on that Leicester would beat Tottenham 2-1. I was right that Newcastle-Brighton would draw, and I was also right that Liverpool would just beat Chelsea by a goal. So one correct score for me. As always, loads of you guys got involved, so thank you to everyone who got your predictions in. Quite a few of you guys got one correct score. The 2-1 Liverpool versus Chelsea was a very popular scoreline, but only one person got two correct scores, and that was Daniel. So well done, Daniel. He is this week's winner. I've put his YouTube link down in the description, and I have subscribed to him, so make sure you guys go and check him out as well. And remember, if you want to be shouted out in next week's prediction video, then make sure to get your predictions down in the comments below. But as always, I have picked 4 games from this upcoming weekend, and we'll go through them now. Starting things off on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff, we have got Sheffield United taking on Liverpool. Now, Sheffield United currently sitting in 10th place. They have won 2, drawn 2, and lost 2 so far this season. I mean, if you would have told Sheffield United, promoted side, that they would be sitting in 10th place after 6 games, I think they'd be pretty happy. And I think they'd be even happier if they could stay there from now till the end of the season. If you look at their most recent games, they got a draw against Chelsea not too long ago, which was fantastic. They then did lose against Southampton, but their most recent game in the Premier League, they went and beat Everton 2-0. And I mean, they've got to be happy about that. And they also play tonight in the Carabao Cup against Sunderland. So good luck, Sheffield United, from me. Liverpool. I mean, there's not an awful lot to say. Currently sitting top of the league, still 5 points ahead of Manchester City. Liverpool are away. Sheffield United have got the home advantage. Sheffield United have just beaten Liverpool's local rivals Everton 2-0. But, and as I mentioned, Liverpool got a very good win over Chelsea at the weekend. So even though they are the away team, and I wouldn't even say Liverpool are necessarily playing amazing at the minute. You know, last season there was times when they were incredible. It's almost like they haven't even gotten in to 3rd or 4th gear yet. But with players like Mane, like Salah, they can literally score like that. Even if they're not having a great game, they can just score. So I have backed Liverpool. I've gone 3-1. Let me know what you think down below. Moving on to the 5:30 game on Saturday. I'm pretty much just picking all the games on TV so we can get our predictions in and then we can watch the games happening as well. Anyway, 5:30 we have got Everton taking on Man City. Everton currently sitting in 14th place. So far they have won 2, drawn 1 and lost 3. Their last 2 games in the Premier League, they lost against Bournemouth and then they lost against Sheffield United, like I mentioned. So, will Everton be happy with the start to the season? I would say they probably would have looked at those 2 last games, Bournemouth and Sheffield United, as 6 points or at least 4 points. But they did win last night in the Carabao Cup against Sheffield Wednesday, so maybe that might have put a little bit more confidence in them. But Man City at the weekend is going to be a very, very tough game. Manchester City currently sitting in 2nd place. They have won all of their games so far except their draw against Spurs and then the big surprise that was the loss against Norwich. And Man City were definitely trying to put things right at the weekend when they went and beat Watford 8-0. Literally every time you looked at your phone, Man City has scored another goal. So they are definitely trying to pick themselves up. And Man City beat Preston last night in the Carabao Cup. So there are midweek games on yesterday and tonight that could potentially affect what players are getting used, potential injuries, confidence boosts or confidence losses before we come around to the weekend. In terms of this game, I think Everton are going to really have to take the home advantage the best they can. As I've said, they haven't played well in their last couple of Premier League games. Man City went and beat Watford 8-0. But I wouldn't say that Man City have got the greatest of defences. I definitely think you can get past that defence. It's just whether you can keep out the goal scorers is probably Everton's biggest problem. But for a prediction, I've gone 2-1 Man City. I think it's tough to not back Man City after they smashed Watford 8-0 last weekend. Could Man City score more? Who knows? Could Everton maybe grab 1 or 2 and keep them out? Who knows? But that's what I'm going for. Moving on to the Sunday 4:30 game. Leicester City are taking on my team, Newcastle United. Leicester, they are currently sitting in 3rd place. I know it's very, very early days in the season, but again, they must be pretty happy with that start, sitting in 3rd place. So far, they have won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1. And obviously, at the weekend, a very good result, beating Spurs 2-1. Especially, I'm sure Perez had a goal ruled out early doors as well. So to go ahead and beat Spurs 2-1 is very, very good. Especially, if Leicester really want to try and take that next step into the, even if they could get back to the Champions League, but even Europa League, beating teams like Spurs is definitely the way to do it. And Leicester did also win last night, again, in the Carabao Cup. They beat Luton. As for Newcastle, we are currently sitting in 17th place. 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses. The win was also against Spurs. That was a very good game for us. The 2 draws, one was against Watford a couple of weeks ago, and then one was against Brighton, who we played weekend gone. 0-0. What a fantastic game to have on 5:30 on a Saturday on the telly. Yeah, I just didn't think we played well. I had some people comment on my last video saying that we were lucky to get a point. I wasn't necessarily saying that we played better than Brighton or saying that we were any better than Brighton. I just, probably as a Newcastle fan, we have for a change actually spent some money in the summer. And I just wanted to really see us go for it. Where was the team that played against Spurs a couple of weeks ago? That was what I was after, and unfortunately, I didn't get it. So I was disappointed with the game. In terms of a prediction on this one, I remember when I went to Leicester, it would have been a couple of seasons ago now. Yeah, a couple of seasons ago. Leicester away, Perez scored the lob over Schmeichel. It was possibly the best or one of the best away days I've ever been to. Unfortunately, I would definitely take the same scoreline again. I think it was 2-0, 2-1. I'd definitely take that again. Unfortunately, I can't see it happening. I'm going to go Leicester 1-0. Again, if we could bring back the team who played so well against Spurs not so long ago, in theory we can do anything. But as I said, Leicester are sitting in 3rd place. They are having a really good start to the season, and Newcastle just can't seem to score, really. The attacking options, although we've brought in some players, it's not quite gelling just yet. And honestly, I do think we have the calibre of players to do well this season, but it's just how long is it going to take until things click into place is the problem. So I've predicted Leicester to win. Hopefully I'm wrong. A draw would be good. Away at Leicester, a draw would be good. But we'll have to see. And to finish things off, there's a game on the Monday night. That is at 8 o'clock. And it's Manchester United taking on Arsenal. So Manchester United have definitely been hitting the headlines because they aren't having a great start. They're currently sitting in 8th place. Again, they have won 2, drawn 2, lost 2. That is the same as Sheffield United, Burnley, Crystal Palace. It also happens to be the same as Chelsea. So, you know, after however many games, Manchester United, you'd imagine to be doing better than they are. However, having said that, Man U are currently sitting in 8th. And if they were to score enough goals, and depending on other results around them, they could technically go to 3rd this weekend. So yes, they're making all the headlines for not doing very well, but honestly the league is so tight. Everyone's beating each other. Other than Man City and Liverpool, who are running away with it, it's pretty tight everywhere. So as I say, Manchester United, 8th doesn't look good, but a win could shoot them right up. Even Newcastle, I know I'm backtracking now, but we are in 17th place. I think if we win, we can go 7th or 8th. We'd have to score probably a lot of goals to do it, but that just shows how tight it is at the moment. So yes, things aren't looking fantastic for Man U, but it could change quickly if they were to get the result they need. And they are also playing in the Carabao Cup tonight against Rochdale. As for Arsenal, they are doing better. They're sitting in 4th place. They've won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. The game they lost was against Liverpool, so I mean there's no great shame in that. And at the weekend, they beat Aston Villa 3-2. And they did, in fairness, I know Aston Villa are a promoted side, but Aston Villa played all right. You know, they looked all right. And in Arsenal, they were 1-0 down, brought it back to 1-1. They were 2-1 down, they brought it back to 2-2, and then won 3-2. So in terms of confidence building games, I think that set them up pretty nicely moving in to the week. And they also won last night 5-0 in the Carabao Cup against Forest. So a good comeback win at the weekend, followed by a Carabao midweek win, moving into, well, the Monday, not the weekend night. For either way, you know, it's going to be a tough game. It's at Old Trafford, so Man U have got the home advantage. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because it's Man U. You know, they take criticism. Even is it that bad? Yes, it is a poor start, and they should be doing better. But as I've said, if they were to even win one game this weekend, in theory they could go into the top 4, and then would it be that bad? You know, a couple of good wins. Yes, it's Arsenal. It's not going to be easy. Both teams are going to be well up for it, and with that in mind, prediction, I've completely sat on the fence and gone 2-2. Interesting to know whether you guys will put a winner on that one and who it will be. And that is it, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. Those are my predictions for the weekend up there. So make sure to get your predictions on those 4 games down in the comments below. I will go through everyone's prediction. The first game this weekend is at 12:30, so 12:15, I will make a note of all of your guys' predictions. I will go through them all and shout out the winner in next week's video. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. As always, be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying your football predictions and want to see more episodes. Be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss a predictions video. And yeah, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you later.